last week we were doing a bit of core work. We'll touch on it a small bit, but mainly twists this week. So twists are really good to help with your digestive system, very good for your spine, also really good de-stressor. So we will be carrying that element through the practice today. And as always, guided relaxation at the end. So without further ado, we will start. So we're going to start seated today. Again, if you have a cushion or blanket, just to prop under the bum. If you want a wall space, just to have that behind you, you can also do that. So when you're ready, just placing the hands where feel good. So you can have them on the knees, or maybe one hand on chest, one hand on belly, maybe if you're starting out. And then start to draw the gaze down. And then when you're ready, just gently closing over your eyes. And start to draw your attention inwards. And start to focus on your breathing. So just noticing as you breathe in, watching the breath go in through the nose. Filling your chest, expanding the belly, rib cage. And as you exhale, just gently breathing out through your mouth. So just taking one or two more deep breaths. And with every exhale, just allowing your body to soften. So relaxing across your shoulders. And then bring your awareness to your face. And just allowing the forehead to soften. Softening around your eyes, around your cheeks. So just checking if you are holding on to any tension in your jaw, so maybe opening, closing your mouth. Dropping your shoulders away from your ears. So maybe you'd like to take a breath in, roll the shoulders up towards your ears. And on your exhale, dropping them back down. So just sitting up nice and tall. And just noticing any sensations in the body. So maybe noticing the sensation of your hands resting against your knees. Noticing the sensation of your clothing resting against your skin. Noticing any sounds around you, so maybe in the room or outside your room. And just taking a body scan, are you holding on to any tension in your body, and just using your breath to soften those areas on your exhale. So just taking one or two more deep breaths in, and exhale, soften. going to do a breathwork technique called Nadi Shodhana. So for those of you who've been with me long term, you know where you're going. Otherwise, you can gently open the eyes, or you can keep the eyes closed if you prefer, and just listen to my instruction. You're going to bring the left hand in front of the face. You're going to bring the ring finger onto the right nostril, and you're going to press the right nostril closed. You're going to bring the middle finger and the index finger to the center of the forehead, so your thumb and your baby finger are spread out. You're going to start to take an exhale out through the left nostril, and then begin to breathe in through the left nostril for 4 counts. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4. When you reach 4, get your thumb, place it on your left nostril, and then release the right nostril with the ring finger. Exhale through the right, 2, 3, 4. From here, inhale through your right, 2, 3, 4. Close over with ring finger. Exhale, release the thumb, and left, 2, 3, 4. So inhale through your left, 2, 3, 4. Close over. Exhale through your right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through right, 2, 3, 4. Close. Exhale through left, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through left, 2, 3, 4. Close. Exhale through right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through right, 2, 3, 4. Close. Exhale through left, 2, 3, 4. So just continue 4 more rounds. So 1 round is both nostrils. And really breathing in deeply into the lungs. And exhale fully. So just taking 1 more round through both nostrils. And then when you're finished, just placing both hands back on the knees and begin to breathe in through both nostrils. And noticing, is there any shift or change in your breath? Can you feel maybe a bit more space? Maybe you can't, that's fine too. Yeah, this is very good for increasing blood circulation, great de-stressor. So then gently, we're going to come into our neck rolls. So taking a breath in, and on your exhale, start to drop the right ear to your right shoulder. So just allowing your shoulders to soften. If you want to feel a bit more, you can reach the left arm out and bring the right hand onto the crown of the head, drawing the ear further down. So just taking 2 breaths. Then gently inhale, come back up to center, and exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Again, reaching right arm out if you like, and maybe taking left hand onto crown of head and softening. Just breathe for 2 breaths. Then gently come back to your center. And then from here, we're going to interlink the fingers over the head. So taking an inhale, start to extend the arms up. Try and soften through the shoulders, maybe kind of rock from side to side, just feeling that nice stretch through side body. Then take another inhale. Start to draw the belly in. And as you exhale, gently just twisting towards your left knee. So just a gentle twist, nothing too severe. We're just starting out. So just hold it here so the tummy might start to engage. Take one more deep breath. And then exhale, we're slowly going to release the hands, drop the right hand onto your left knee and drop that left hand behind you. Take another deep breath. This time, belly pushes out. And as you exhale, gently starting to look over the left shoulder. Taking 2 deep breaths. Then gently, slowly release, come back to your center. And then on your next breath in, inhale, reach the arms up, interlink the fingers, stretching through side body. Then taking another breath in. And as you exhale, gently twisting to your right. Softening your shoulders. And taking another breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands, place the left hand on the right knee, bringing right hand behind you. Gazing over the right shoulder, taking 2 deep breaths here. And then gently coming back to your center. Slowly we're going to come off our cushions or mats and come into child's pose. So this is our resting pose, but also we come into the hips here as well. So start to bring the knees out nice and wide. So big toes touch. Start to push the bum back towards the heels. And slowly we're going to come into an active child's pose. Start to walk the hands forward. Again, if you need to use a cushion, you can place that underneath the forehead or bring the forehead all the way to the mat. And really start to push the bum back towards the heels. So you're feeling that nice gentle hip opening. And take a few deep breaths. So imagining the breath traveling into the base of the spine. And as you exhale, from the base of the spine through to the crown of the head. Gently, slowly from here, we're going to come to a side stretch. So start to walk the fingertips towards your left side. So keeping the hips where they are. Keep pushing the right sitting bone down towards the floor and feel that nice side body stretch. Taking 2 deep breaths. Then slowly start to walk the hands back through center and start to come to the opposite side. So bringing the hands out towards the right. Keep pressing down through that left sitting bone. And maybe if you want a deeper stretch, left hand on top of right. Relax the head and breathe into the stretch. Then slowly start to come back to your center, and we're going to push up to our tabletop position, coming into our cat-cow, so warming up the spine. So wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips, spread the fingertips nice and wide, and when you're ready, on the inhale, you're going to start to round the spine, pushing the bum up towards the ceiling, gently start to look up. On your exhale, start to push into your hands, pressing your tailbone down towards the floor. So again, feeling that stretch through the shoulder blades. So just taking 4 more. And you can bring any other movement you like into this. You might like to take a few circles as you do your cat-cow. Just follow your breathing. And then when you come to your last round, you're slowly going to start to bring the right foot outside the right hand. So slowly start to bring that right foot out towards the right. So we're just going to start to just take a few circles here. So feeling into the hips, taking your time. If you need to pad the knee, you can just place a cushion under the knee. Oh, I'm feeling pops already there. So just breathing in to the stretch. So whatever circle you're making, you can go the opposite direction. And then coming back to neutral tabletop, you're going to swap legs. So bringing the left foot outside the left hand. Again, you can pad the knee if you need to, and then just gently, just taking circles, any fluid movement, feeling into your body. And just doing the opposite direction. Coming back to neutral tabletop. Gently coming back onto both knees. We're going to come into a variation of our side plank. So we're going to come on to the left knee. So you're going to start to face the right side of your mat. You're going to start to straighten through that right leg. So hand is on the floor. Again, if you need to come a bit higher, you can use a cushion or a block. When you're ready, inhale, start to extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. So we're feeling maybe nice stretch through right side body. If you want, you can maybe start to lift the right leg a few inches off the mat. So we're starting to engage our core. For those of you who've been with me a while, you can do your core crunches if you like. So you take an inhale, start to reach the right arm over the right ear. As you exhale, start to bend the elbow and knee together. So you're doing kind of a crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Just going to do one more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach back, placing that foot back down, and then pushing the hips forward, maybe opening up through your chest. So maybe starting to look at the top hand. If that's not feeling good, just stay looking towards your right. Just take one more breath. And then exhale, slowly release. Just taking it nice and easy, and we're going to come to the opposite side. So again, you might need to wiggle out, feeling into your lower back. So from here, start to come onto the right knee, start to straighten through the left leg. Then hand on the floor or a cushion. Start to extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. So just, again, if you're only starting out, just staying here. Keep pressing through that left foot. You should feel that nice stretch. Push the hips towards the left side. If you want to take it a step further, you can start to lift the left foot off the mat. And if you want to take it that step further, reaching the left arm over the left ear, take a breath in. And as you exhale, start to bring the elbow towards the knee. So just taking two more. Inhale, extend, exhale, curl. And then slowly starting to place the foot down if you had it off. Then we're slowly pushing the hips towards the side of the room and then maybe arcing open the chest. So looking up with the top hand. Feeling that nice stretch. One more deep breath in. And exhale. So slowly, just shaking it out. And we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So for those of you who know down dog, you come straight into it. Otherwise, coming to tabletop position, fingertips are spread nice and wide. You're going to start to untuck the toes. And then from here, gently start to lift the knees off the mat. Start to push the floor away from you so your bum kind of goes back towards the heels. And then when you're ready, you slowly start to push your bum and sitting bones up towards the ceiling and just start to pedal out the feet. Fingertips are spread nice and wide. And feet are hip distance or slightly wider. Your gaze is at your knees or your tummy, whichever feels good. And just that sensation of pushing the floor away. So starting out, keeping the knees nice and bent. If it's really not feeling good in down dog, you can always drop the knees and just stay in puppy pose. So wherever you are, we're going to hold for another 3 breaths. So just relaxing the face. And then from here, we're all going to come into
looking forward in between the hands. And if you have the knees off the mat, gently lift them off. We'll all start to look between the hands, bend the knees. Start to walk towards the top of your mat. So slowly, just taking your time, you might need to come onto the fingertips, bend the knees. Slowly walking, coming to top of the mat. And as you exhale, forward fold, relax your head, bend your knees. Taking one more inhale, come into your halfway lift, hands to shins. Press through your hands, lengthen your spine, gaze forward. Exhale, folding forward, relax your head, bend the knees. Once more, inhale, half lift, hands to shins, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. This time we're going to come up to standing, so press through the feet, start to reach the arms all the way out, so the legs start to straighten, pushing all the way up, looking up towards your thumbs. And exhale, hands down. Great. So you're at the top of your mat, coming to Tadasana, mountain pose. Start to ground down through the feet, gently lift the toes, placing them all the way onto the mat. So there can be a gap between your heels. Start to engage the legs. So start to engage the glutes. Draw your tummy in gently. Soften through your shoulders. Neck is nice and long. Soften, soften, soften your face. And we're going to come into half sun salad twist. So on your next breath in, start to reach the arms all the way out, all the way up. So you look up towards your thumbs. And then on your exhale, we're slowly going to hinge forward. So you can have the knees bent, gently fingertips to the mat, relax your head. From here, coming into a twist. So bringing the left hand to the center of the mat, and again you might use a cushion. Take an inhale, start to come into a halfway lift. As you exhale, slowly we're going to twist the body towards your right, so knees can be bent. So you're twisting the body to the right, you can bring the hand to the lower back. If you feel comfortable, you can extend the right arm up. If you want, you can start to straighten through the right leg. So this is really getting down through the back of the right leg. And you're also getting your twist. So we're going to hold for 3 breaths. Again, imagining spinning the left ribs up towards the ceiling. 1 more breath. And then exhale, slowly release. And start to place the right hand to the center of your mat. Bringing the left hand to the lower back to start with. Inhale, halfway lift. And then as you exhale, you slowly twist the body towards your left. And if you're comfortable, you can extend the left arm up. If you want, you can straighten through the left leg. If it's there, you can straighten through both, but I prefer the one leg, you get a deeper twist. So just taking 2 more breaths. And then slowly, slowly release, gently bending both knees, relax your head, forward fold. Taking an inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, lengthen your spine, gaze forward. Exhale, folding forward once more. On your next inhale, coming into standing, so pressing through the feet, reach the arms all the way out, all the way up, looking up towards thumbs. And exhale, hands down. Right, so we're coming into our sun salutation A. So coming again to the top of the mat. And when you're ready, inhale. Slowly reach the arms all the way up. Gazing up. On your exhale, hinge forward. And taking your time, knees bent or straight. Fingertips to the mat, relax your head, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. So hands to your shins, looking forward. On your exhale, slowly start to plant the hands onto the mat, slowly stepping the right foot back and the left foot back. So we're coming into plank pose. Always an option here to drop your knees, pressing through your hands. If you're in full plank, press back through the heels, draw that tummy in. So starting to engage your core. 1 more deep breath. And then all lower knees, chest, chin. Start to draw your elbows back as we come all the way to our mat. Taking an inhale, low cobra. So start to press the hands into the mat, press through the tops of the feet and gently lifting yourself up. Soften through your shoulders, so keeping it nice and low if you're starting out. Exhale, come all the way down. Doing that once more. Inhale, low cobra. So press through the tops of the feet, through the hands, gently coming up. Exhale down. Inhale, untuck the toes. Reset the palms under the shoulders. And then coming into child's pose or your downward facing dog for 5 breaths. So if you're starting out, I would suggest coming into your child's pose. And you can come into a relaxed child's pose. You can bring the hands either side of the body and let the shoulders relax. If you're in your downward dog, keep pushing floor away from you. Sitting bones and hips up towards the ceiling. And let's come back to our breathing. Nice big breath in through the nose. And out through the nose or mouth. Taking 2 more breaths. So if you're in child's pose, gently come up to tabletop and meet us in our downward facing dog. So untuck the toes, lift the knees off the mat, pushing bum back towards the heels and then sitting bones and bum up towards the ceiling. And then we'll all start to look between the hands, bending the knees, slowly start to step the feet forward to the top of the mat. Knees are nice and bent, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, start to press up to our standing position. Ground down through the feet, start to reach through the arms, reaching them all the way up, looking up, and exhale, hands down. Right. Come to the top of the mat, so we repeat that sun salve. Taking your time, inhale, flowing with your breath, reach up. On your exhale, hinge forward into your forward fold. Fingertips to the mat. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins, lengthen. On your exhale, slowly planting the hands, stepping back into your plank pose. So your variation, right foot back, left foot back. Knees on or off the mat, holding for 3 breaths. Draw that tummy in towards your spine. And if you have the knees off the mat, gently exhale, lower the knees, chest, chin, coming all the way down to your mat. Then resetting the palms onto the shoulders, press through the tops of the feet. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, come all the way down. Now this time on our cobra, we're going to start to bring the fingertips outside the mat, so coming onto your fingertips, taking an inhale, you're going to bend the right knee, and you're gently going to push up, looking over your right shoulder. So again, low or a bit higher. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, bend the left knee, looking over left shoulder. So again, you can keep it low or high, depending. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, untuck your toes, reset palms under shoulders, pressing up through your tabletop. And again, choosing your child's pose or your downward facing dog for 5 breaths. So when we come to our child's pose or down dog, this is our time to reset. Come back to your breathing. You may have found it sped up. Just trying to slow it down. So taking 2 more breaths. If you're in your child's pose, gently come up and meet us in our downward facing dog. So beginning to untap the toes, lift the knees, push them back towards heels, and then pushing sitting bones up towards the ceiling, and then we're all going to start to look between the hands, bending the knees, stepping the feet forward, so slowly getting to the top of the mat for a forward fold. Relax the head. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press up to standing, reach, arms all the way up, looking up, and exhale, hands down. Great, hope you're all okay. So we're going to come into Utkatasana chair pose, so sun salvi variation. So again, big toes together, heels are slightly apart, and when you're ready, on your inhale, you're going to bend the knees and you're going to sweep the hands along the mat, coming into Utkatasana chair pose. So you want to really try and sit back into it. So this is quite strong on your legs, your quads. If the hands are tired, you can just reach them back or hands on hips. And just breathe here for another 2 breaths. And then from here, taking an inhale, as you exhale, you're going to start to sweep the right arm back. Looking back over your right shoulder, inhale, so the legs are still probably burning here, mine are too. Exhale, left hand back. Slowly come back up. And then exhale, forward fold. Relax your head, you can maybe straighten through the legs if it feels good. Take an inhale, coming into your half lift, draw the hands to your shins, lengthen through your spine. And this time on your exhale, we're going to come into a low lunge. So planting the hands on the mat, bend the knees, slowly step the right foot back and the right knee down. Again, I always like to pad the right knee. For those bony people out there, bony knees, start to move the left foot slightly out towards your left. So you're on your fingertips to start with. When you're ready, slowly on your inhale, you're going to push up to your, pushing up to, when I say standing, it's kneeling, you're going to reach the arms all the way up. You can use the hand here to support you if you feel a bit more comfortable, or start to reach both arms up. And from here, we're going to interlink the fingers behind the back. Now that mightn't feel good, you can keep the arms where they are. If you want, you can interlink the fingers, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to reach the arms back. So we're coming into our shoulders. If it feels good, you might want to push further into the front knee. Might be there for you, stay upright. Wherever you are, just keep the chest, the head lifted, and breathe into the stretch. And taking one more breath. And then slowly release. Reach the arms up once more. And then as you exhale, start to draw them through heart center. So coming into your prayer pose. So pressing the hands firmly together. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to start to bring the right elbow outside your left knee. So we're coming into a twist. Take a deep breath in. Start to press the hands together. And maybe starting to look up towards the ceiling if it feels good. For those of you who are with me a while, you can untop the toes and challenge yourself. You can lift the back leg off the mat or back knee. So wherever you are, holding for another 2 breaths. And gently, if you have the knee off the mat, gently placing it back down, and we're slowly going to come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, we're going to plant the hands onto the mat, untuck the right toes, and slowly bring that left foot back to meet the right in our plank pose. Again, knees can be on or off the mat. Take a breath. And then exhale, we're all going to lower the knees and chest and chin, coming all the way to the mat. Taking an inhale for a low cobra, so pressing the hands into the mat. If it feels better to bring the hands a few inches forward, you can do that and gently, slowly start coming up. Soften your shoulders. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, untap your toes. Reset the palms, pressing through your tabletop. Choosing child's pose or down dog. We're only going to take 3 breaths this time. Softening, relaxing. Come back to your breathing. Taking one more breath. If you're in child's pose, gently come up and meet us in our downward facing dog. So on top of the toes, lift the knees off the mat. Push the bum back towards the heels and then straightening through the legs. Sitting bones up towards the ceiling. We'll all start to look between the hands, bending the knees, stepping the feet forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, slowly bend the knees, relax the head. Take an inhale, come into your half lift. Draw hands to shins, lengthen. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, pressing up through Utkatasana this time. So sweep the hands along the mat, bend the knees. One breath, Utkatasana, hold it. And then inhale, push through the feet, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands either side. Well done. So we just have the other side to do. So starting with Utkatasana. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the hands along the mat. Chair pose. Holding for a few breaths. And the beauty of online is you don't have to do it. Can't see. So you can hang out here for another breath or two. And then from here, we're slowly inhale, going to reach the left arm back. So we're twisting, looking over your left shoulder, coming back to center. And then opposite side, reaching the right arm back. Gently coming back up through center, one breath. And then exhale, fold, relax the head. Keeping the knees bending, straighten through the legs. Taking an inhale, coming into your half lift, draw hands to shins, lengthen. And then exhale, slowly this time, stepping the left foot back and the left knee down. Using any padding you need. Coming onto the fingertips, move that right foot out slightly to the right side of your mat. When you're ready, sweeping the arms up or using your hand on your knee and slowly pushing yourself up to our low lunge. So staying here or taking the interlink, so slowly start to reach the arms out. Interlink the fingers behind the back, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, really feeling through the shoulders. And if it's not feeling comfortable, you can just grab opposite elbow and really opening up through your chest. So taking 2 more breaths. And then slowly release, reaching the arms up. As you exhale, bringing the hands through your heart center. Take a deep breath in. And this time we're coming into our twist to the opposite side. So bringing the left elbow onto your right knee. And then gently start to press the hands together. So you're feeling that deep twist in the spine. Maybe looking up towards the ceiling. Or again, you can look at the floor if you have balance issues like me. Holding for another 2 breaths. And if you want to lift the back knee off the mat for a bit more of a challenge, you can. 1 more breath. And then slowly lower the knee down. If you had it down gently, we're coming back up through our low lunge, reaching the arms up, and then exhale, frame that front foot. Slowly untuck the left toes and sweep that right foot back to meet the left. And again, knees on or off the mat. 1 breath here. And then exhale, lower knees, chin, chest. All the way down to your mat. Taking an inhale, low cobra. So resetting the palms, gently coming up, low or maybe a bit higher. Soften your shoulders. Exhale down. Inhale, untap your toes. Reset the palms. Gently pushing up to your child's pose or your downward facing dog for 5 breaths. So wherever you are, come back to your breathing. Softening your face. Taking 2 more breaths. If you're in your child's pose, gently coming up and coming into tabletop knees and down dog. So on top of the toes, lift the knees, pushing bum back towards the heels, starting to extend the bum up, and then we all look between the hands slowly. Start to walk the feet forward to your forward fold. Relax your head. Taking an inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, fold, bend your knees. Inhale, come up to standing, straighten through the legs, reach the arms all the way out, all the way up. And from here, taking an exhale, you're slowly going to start to push the body over towards your right. So we're coming into a side body stretch. Keep pressing down through that left foot. Then inhale, tummy strong as you reach up, and then exhale over to your left side, pressing down through the right foot. Inhale, gently come up, and exhale, hands either side. Great. So you're going to have the feet hip distance, or sorry, wider apart, so the short edge of your mat, but you're going to reach them out nice and wide. Taking an inhale, reach the arms up. We're coming into a forward fold. So your knees can be bent, and we're slowly coming all the way down. So you can grab opposite elbow and just gently sway from side to side. So this is just to release the lower back after all we've done there. So you're just making sure there's no tension in your neck. So you might nod your head yes, shake your head no. And just take a few moments here. Taking one more breath. And then slowly from here, halfway lift, bringing the hands to your shins. Start to inhale, lengthen through your spine, look forward. Exhale, fold. We're going to come up, back up to standing, so you can bend the knees if you prefer, or straighten the legs. Inhale, reach arms all the way up, looking up, and exhale, hands down. Great. So we're going to come into our high lunge. So we're going to start to bring the right foot back. And again, you're going to start to train track the feet. So you're bringing the left foot out to the left side of the mat, right foot to right. So you're giving your hips a bit of room. So you're going to start to bend into the front knee. So again, if you feel you need a bit more space, you can bring the legs wider apart. So from here, you can keep the back leg nice and straight, or you can bend the knee, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Again, when you reach up, reach the arms up. Soften through your shoulders, maybe bending further into the front knee. So coming back to your breathing. Taking 2 more breaths. And from here, you're slowly going to start to bring the right arm forward and the left arm back. So you're coming into a twist. Now, if you need to, bring the right hand onto your left knee. Again, if you have any wall space, you can do this up against the wall. If you have any balance issues, you can just look over your left shoulder. So this is nice and strong in your legs. Take 2 more breaths. And then slowly, again using your tummy muscles to control the movements as you come all the way up. And then from here, you're slowly going to start to bring the right hand to the floor, or again, a cushion or mat, and twist the body so you're looking towards your left. So left arm is over left ear. So again, you can be like this. So just holding it for 2, for 1. And then slowly start to place the hands on the mat. And you're slowly going to bring the left foot back to meet the right. And just take your vinyasa. So just bringing the knees towards the mat and gently coming all the way through to the floor. And then gently coming up into your low cobra. So pressing through the hands, gently coming up. Exhale down. Inhale, untop the toes. Resetting palms, gently coming up. And coming through to your child's pose or down dog, you're just going to take 3 breaths.
Just coming back to your breathing, softening your face. One more breath. Then gently, if you're in your child's pose, come up. Meet us in our down dog for one breath, and we'll just come to the top of our mat, look forward. Gently walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press up to standing. Reach, reach, reach up. And exhale, hands down. So we'll just do the opposite side and then we'll come to the floor. So we've nearly the hard work done. Bring the left foot behind you, right foot is in front. So coming into your high lunge. So again, making sure the right foot is to the right side, left foot to left. When you're ready, starting to extend the arms up. And breathe. So back leg can be bent if our back knee. Taking one more breath here. And then we're going to come into our twist. So bringing the left arm forward, the right arm back. Gently gazing over your right shoulder, you might bring the left hand to your right knee. And just soften your shoulders. Taking 2 more breaths. And then from here, start to bring the left hand to the mat, or using your cushion. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Take 2 breaths. And then slowly bringing that right hand to the mat. You're slowly going to step the right foot back to meet the left, and we're all going to come into child's pose. So bring the knees out nice and wide, big toes together, and forehead to the mat. Take a rest, and just bringing the hands either side of the body. So just leaving the shoulders drop towards the floor. And just take a few deep breaths. And slowly, gently, we're just going to come all the way onto our bums and come all the way to our backs. So, start to draw the knees in towards the chest and just giving the body a hug. And just rocking body from side to side. And just taking a few circles just to release your lower back. So again, one way and then maybe the opposite direction. Now from here, we're going to just do a stretch through the legs on the hamstrings. So if you have your strap, you're going to use your strap. So the first thing is bring the sole of the left foot onto the mat. So you're bending your left knee. You're going to grab your right foot and use your strap. I mean, you can use your hand if you prefer. But if you have your strap, you can keep the knee bent here, or you can slowly, just choosing again what feels good for you. So the aim is to stretch through the hamstring. If you want, you can kind of start to straighten through the leg and walk the hands up the strap. If you want, you can straighten through the bottom leg. So wherever you are, just trying to soften your shoulders and just take a few deep breaths. So this really is personal stretch on what you feel might feel good for you. Taking 2 more breaths. And then slowly from here, releasing the strap, if you have the strap, start to bend that right knee into your chest. So you're interlinking the fingers straight in through that left leg. Take a deep breath in. We're going to come into a twist. So you're going to bring the right hand to the right side of your mat. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, you're going to peel the right knee towards the left side and gaze over towards your right.
And trying to allow your shoulders to relax. And just take 2 more big deep breaths. And sometimes it's nice to close the eyes. And then gently coming back to your center. And we're going to swap legs. So bending the right knee to start with, placing the sole of the right foot down, bend the left knee and use your strap. Or again, you can use the hand if you prefer. And slowly gauging what feels good. So you can start to straighten through the leg, keeping the knee bent. You can start to walk the hands up the strap for a deeper stretch. You can extend the right leg. Relax your shoulders. And soften your face. Taking 2 deep breaths. And then slowly start to release that strap, bending, interlinking the fingers, bending the left knee in towards your chest, extending that right leg. Then taking another deep breath. And then we're going to be coming into our twist. Start to bring the left hand to the left side and reach the left knee towards your right. So coming into a twist. Softening your shoulders. Taking 1 more deep breath. And then slowly coming back to center, grabbing both knees in towards chest, giving the body a hug. Rocking from side to side. You can come into your happy baby, so the knees are nice and wide, or you can grab the insides or outside the feet and draw the knees towards the armpits. So again, it's just coming into the lower back in a different way, so whatever feels good. And then from here, we're going to be coming into our Shavasana, our relaxation. So coming into a nice, comfortable position. You've done a lot of work today, so a nice guided relaxation will be nice. I will apologize in advance if you could hear any garden sounds. I can hear lawnmowers and everything. But again, in yoga, we just observe those sounds and not get distracted. So just getting some blankets, cushions, whatever you feel like getting, and slowly starting to get yourself into a comfortable position. So legs are out nice and wide, arms, hands, space between the armpits. Just take a few deep breaths in and out through the mouth, just releasing the practice. So when you're ready, just start to bring your awareness down to the lower body. And starting with your feet, just allowing the tops of the feet to soften. Softening your ankles, softening your shins and your calves. Softening your knees. Relaxing your thighs. Softening and releasing the bum cheeks. Releasing your lower back around your pelvis. Softening your middle back and around the rib cage. softening your upper back and shoulders. So just letting the shoulders feel heavy. Softening your chest. So maybe taking a deep breath into your chest. And as you exhale, allowing it to soften. Softening and relaxing your arms, your elbows, softening your forearms, wrists and fingers. Softening and relaxing your throat. Softening and releasing your jaw. Softening around your cheeks, your ears. Softening around the eyes. And the space between the eyebrows. Softening your forehead. So just allowing the whole body to completely surrender to your mat. And if your mind gets busy or distracted by sounds, just return to observing your breathing as you breathe in and as you breathe out.
gently. Starting to draw awareness back into the room, back into your body. Beginning to deepen your breath, starting to bring small movement into the body, maybe wriggling your fingers and toes. And taking another breath in, starting to reach the arms over the head, bringing the feet together, taking a full body stretch. And then gently starting to draw the knees in towards your chest and rocking over to any side and just curving up in a little ball. Just letting your body relax for a moment. And slowly, when you're ready, beginning to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Keeping the eyes closed, roll the hands through heart center. And we will seal our practice with 3 deep breaths. So breathing in, fully in through the nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Taking one more, breathing in. Exhale. Final big breath in. And exhale. And we bow our head to our hands. And thank yourself for taking time out of your day to practice yoga with me. I hope you have a lovely Sunday. Namaste.
Namaste.